Good morning everybody and welcome to today's long run. It's episode 11 of 119 days to go, and I'm going to talk about the cycles of the training. We often hear why we do certain runs, how we do certain runs, but what's it all about? So I'm going to talk to you about the 5 mesocycles. That's right, it's going to be nice proper technical stuff. The 5 mesocycles of the training plan and what it is we're actually doing, which will probably lead to why we're doing it anyway. So let's get on with this run. Today is 27 kilometers, so be sure to give this video thumbs up, subscribe and hit that alarm bell so you don't miss any amazing epicness. The sun has just risen and it's like freezing cold, so I better get moving. 1 degree, I think it says it is 1 degree, but at least it's above freezing. Let's go do this. Yes guys, welcome here along the beautiful River Severn in Worcester. How have you all been doing? I've got this quick question for you. Tell me you've been on a long run without saying you've been on a long run. Yeah, for me, breakfast at 5 AM on a Sunday, or 5 AM on a non-working day, whatever day you do your long run. There's a little one for you to get us going. Yes guys, a bit of a pun there, but there's all sorts of things we can say that we've been on a long run without saying we've been on a long run, because the time that I publish these videos, some of you guys watch the video early morning on a Sunday in the UK before you go on your long run, which is epic. So here I am on the long run, and we often see videos of why we do a particular run, or even how we do a long run, you know, breaking it down into slices, bite sizes and all that. But what is it we're actually doing to our body? What is going on? What's the science? Because there is a science when we're following a plan. And I'm going to go into what these 5 mesocycle is. What is a mesocycle? Well, it's a bit bigger than a microcycle. A micro as in small, but it's smaller than a macro. Yeah, maybe none the wiser, are we? Yes, but it's about 2 weeks or longer. How long it can be depends on the type of plan you're following. For me right now, this is week 4, completion of training once I finish this run of a 12-week plan. For those of you following the 119 days to go, episode 11, we're starting week 11, so you would have completed 10 weeks of training. Yeah, so let me get into and discuss each of the 5 mesocycles and what the primary purpose of each cycle is to help our body complete a marathon. So mesocycle number 1, as I mentioned, the length of the mesocycle depends on the plan you're following. For me, on a 12-week training plan, each mesocycle is 4 weeks. If you're following a 16-week, 19-week, it's going to be a bit longer. But the first mesocycle is to help increase mileage and overall endurance of fitness. Yeah, without the increased mileage, we won't be able to complete the marathon comfortably and fit, healthy, fit, and all that type of stuff that we want to enjoy the day. So it's essential following this particular plan to build up the mileage and increase our endurance. So that's the purpose of mesocycle number 1. Got that? I'll be testing you at the end, so be sure to follow all the way through. Answers in the comments. So mesocycle number 2, the sole purpose of mesocycle number 2 is to increase our lactate threshold. Yes, do we all know what the lactate threshold is? That's the peak. We can maintain a particular pace at lactate threshold, above lactate threshold, for around an hour. After that, our muscles start to cramp up and not feel good. So the purpose of mesocycle number 2 is to help increase that so we can keep going at a higher pace for longer. So that's the purpose of mesocycle number 2. Got that? Improve lactate threshold. So mesocycle number 3. What mesocycle's all about, number 3, is race preparation. Yes, this is where we now start to fine-tune our race prep. And often that's why when people ask me, oh, what's your goal for your marathon, when I'm starting a training plan, I haven't got a clue. Yes, I have an aspiration, but it's not until this stage that we start getting an idea of what can we actually achieve, as opposed to deluding ourselves, because having unrealistic goals is not good. Yes, you might get kudos as the build up to Strava and all that jazz, even here on YouTube, and then when you fail inevitably because it was way too optimistic. Yeah, so it's good to have realistic goals, achievable. Yes, stretch yourself, but get to race preparation, and that is what the purpose of mesocycle number 3 is, whilst I'm here along the beautiful canal here. So we come on to mesocycle number 4, and it's the one that most people struggle with, which is tapering and race day. That's the sole purpose of mesocycle number 4. And the purpose of tapering is to enable our bodies to recover from all the fatigue training it's been given, so that we can arrive on race day fresh as a daisy, ready to go. Yes, well, not quite fresh as a daisy, but you know what I mean. Yeah, and making sure those little preps on race day all go well, because I'm sure it will. And let's not forget, you're probably wondering, so what about the 5th mesocycle? Yeah, because I did say 5, and it's important. This is often the most important and crucial after you've had the fun race day. Last but not least, mesocycle number 5. And you're probably wondering why we included this. This is essential if you want to keep on running and enjoy the next event, next race, because I'm hoping that this marathon you're doing isn't the end of running. So it's important that we recover correctly, because that's what the purpose of mesocycle 5 is. Recovery. Recovery, recovery, recovery. There's so many magic bullets and potions out there, you know, in terms of what we need to eat or drink, but they don't talk about the physicality of keeping our bodies moving, because the day after, a couple of days after, you might not want to do anything. But on my plan, I think it's just 3 easy runs starting on a Wednesday, Friday and Sunday. So that, my friends, is the 5 mesocycles. Number 1, improve mileage and endurance. Number 2, increase our lactate threshold. Number 3, the purpose of that one is race preparation. Number 4, taper and race day. And number 5, recovery. So as you've stayed to the very end, I'd love to hear from you what your take is from all this, and does it make sense? Does it really matter what we are doing as long as we just do it? Yes, I know, famous words from that brand. So I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Meanwhile, I've got a long run to get on with, so let's go.